Okay, I'll tell you the story of Simon Bodri. Simon Bodri. I think in Russian, Bodri means the strong one or the brave one. Simon Bodri. Say once, excuse me 1 minute, 1 second. I understand that this was in the time of the Tzemach Tzedek. Anyway, once the Tsar of Russia, the Tsar took great pride in the Navy. The Russian Navy was the pride of Russia. The fact is, I think they lost every battle they ever fought. Especially they made a big battle against Japan. And the Russian Navy outnumbered the Japanese like 3-1 or 5-1, something like that. And they lost. The Russians lost. Which that was a big, a big step, a big crack in the egg of the Tsarist regime. And okay, so the Tsar came one day to inspect his troops. Now, the reverence and the awe that the people of Russia had until the revolution, they had for the Tsar was indescribable. The Tsar was, by them like God. Even though they were all religious, they were all Russian Orthodox religious people, but the Tsar was, everyone was in total awe and trepidation of the Tsar. So the Tsar came to inspect the troops, and he came to this one naval base, and the naval base, they cleaned everything up. Everything was spick and span. All the soy sailors were standing in front of their ships with the high masts and and once they said that they did all these marches, and they sang songs, and they shot guns, they did whatever they did, and then the commander of the base said to the Tsar, and now we would like to show you one of our prize sailors, Simon Bodri. He stood up in front of the Tsar, and he saluted the Tsar, and he said, for the glory of Russia, for the glory of the Tsar, I am about to do this heroic act. And he put on this backpack, which weighed like 150 pounds. he like loaded up the backpack very quickly, with knives and with guns and with this and with this. He loaded it up, put it on his back. He ran to the ship. There was a ship that was there. And he climbed up the mast of the ship. Maybe, I don't know if they have ships with masts back then, but in any case, maybe it was just a ship for a sign or what. Anyway, he climbed up the mast, which was like, 60, 70 feet tall. And he climbed up like a monkey, just climbed up quickly to the top of the mast. And he stood, there was a little place like the crow's nest, where you could lookout's place. And he yelled out, for the honor of Russia and for the honor of the Tsar. And he jumped off the mast over the deck of the ship, arched his back into the water. And the Tsar was just amazed. He couldn't even clap. It was just so beautiful how he did it. And all of a sudden he came up. He had swam underneath the water, and he came up on the dock, climbed up the dock, and stood dripping wet in front of the Tsar. And it's clapping. And the Tsar said, that was just amazing. This is a true example of what a Russian sailor should be. If everyone was like you, we would win all of our battles. What is your rank? So he said, my rank is, I don't know the ranks of in the Navy. I'm a private. He says, from now on, you are going to be an officer. I am going to make you right now a captain. Everybody claps their hands. So he said, Your Majesty, I can't accept it. Majesty said, why not? It was wonderful what you did. See, because I'm a Jew. And there's a law in Russia that a Jew cannot be an officer in the army. So the king said, The Tsar said, a Jew? A Jew. Now the Tsar looks not good. Here's the best soldier, the best sailor in the whole army, did this amazing thing, and it's a Jew. It's a terrible slap in the face to not the king, not just the king, to all of Russia, to the whole religion, to the Russian people, the Russian identity. And so he said, Simon Bodri, I command you to change your religion. Change your religion. You change your religion. Now he had the priest came along with him, right? The Russian government was tremendously, in those days, in the time of the Tsar, everyone was religious. He brings this priest. The priest came along with him. He's got this big high hat with a staff, with this, and he's got this water. Who knows what he does? He said, we're going to convert you. And when that happens, you are going to become a general in the Navy. Everybody's clapping their hands. The priest gets down and he's, coming down with the incense, whatever, burning. And Simon Bodri says, Your Majesty, before I do this, I want to do my show one more time for you. The king said, okay, it was so very amazing. So he put this pack on his back. 150 people ran to the mast, climbed up the mast the same way, stood on the mast, and he yelled out, I am a Jew. I was born a Jew. I live as a Jew, and I will die a Jew. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. He dives off of the mast, just like before, arches his back, beautiful, dives into the water, and he doesn't come up. And everyone's waiting. The king is waiting, and they're all waiting and waiting. A minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Suddenly it becomes obvious. The king says, go look in the water. Maybe something happened. Look, not there. And they don't know where he is. Maybe he's hiding under one of maybe between the ships. Hiding. Meanwhile, this takes a whole lot of time, and all the soldiers, it's all confusion, and all of them. And the king said, the king's tremendously disappointed, and and that's it. Ends the whole thing. Days later, the body of this Simon Bodri washes up on the shore. And they find it. And they want to bury it. They bury it. So the king says, give him a regular burial and put a guard over there by his grave that nobody should come and touch his grave. Because I know what these Jews, they're going to want to give him a Jewish burial. Someone suggested you should have a Jewish burial. So they put a guard over there. Anyway, however it was, 2 Jews that also happened to be sailors, they decided that they're going to do something about this. So they got the guard that was there, they got him drunk, and they stole the body. They put another body there. They found somebody else who had died that day. They put another body in there. And they took Simon Bodri away, and they took him into the forest somewhere, and they buried him. They buried him in a place in the forest. Nobody knows where it was. Eventually, somehow or other, it got revealed that these 2 people, that it wasn't the same body. Maybe somebody looked for the original body, and whatever it was. And they made an investigation, and they found out that there was these 2 sailors, that they were the Jewish sailors. And they were tortured to reveal where is the place that they put this, where did they bury him? And they refused to reveal where they buried Simon Bodri. And because of that, they were killed. They were shot. And they were buried also. And they say that the place where these 2 Jews were buried, this did become known. And Jews eventually went and prayed. They noticed that the prayers that they prayed over the bodies of these soldiers, that the prayers were answered. So little by little, this place became a holy place, and people went and prayed at the graves of these 2 soldiers who rescued the body of Simon Bodri. I understand that the Tzemach Tzedek, the Rebbe Tzemach Tzedek, he heard this story, a similar story, and he was very pleased. Because the essence of a Jew is to give his life for the Creator. Okay, have a good day, everyone.
That was a good story. Wow.
3 o'clock.
3
o'clock, we're meeting.